next one we have is we're going to bring up a lucky winner. We got Jimbo. No beer. We're gonna chug a beer and we're gonna. So this guy, if you guys don't recognize him, he's a professional surfer, and you don't need to take your shirt off.
Where's the camera?
I like it. Showing off some skin. I like it. So he has. Tell me what's your problem.
Major shoulder back burn from here down around the shoulder blade to like the side and the ribs.
Okay. And
constant.
And you've seen therapists?
MRI, X-rays, lots of Percocet.
How many doctors?
2 doctors and 15 rounds of PT.
Okay. And you worked with Joe the other day.
Yep.
And you had to do some pretty simple resistance stuff.
Yes.
And you said it felt pretty good.
Awesome.
And
I
so,
did an hour tonight.
And an hour tonight. And so, what are you doing all day?
Car, airplane, office, laptop, phone.
There you go. So we're in a flexed position a lot, so the glutes are probably off. When we're on the phone, we're here. Yeah. I mean, you have pretty good posture right now. You've been working on that. I can tell.
Not normal.
But that's pretty good though. I can tell this year.
He's doing it with the camera.
He's doing it with the camera. You want to pretend like always proud chest.
Right.
Peacock the hell out of the day. Just let people know who's the boss. And you walk out there, if you want to give a little, that's
but
fine.
I'm normally like this.
Exactly. And so what happens is if you come to the camera in this view, what happens is when the head begins to migrate forward, come a little bit. What happens is referred to as the pelvo-ocular reflex. Is the pelvis it wants to migrate under your head because the head it essentially gets heavy. And so when it starts to migrate forward, you get all this muscle right here. And if you can actually look at this, I'm not caressing you, even though it may feel good, but you can see that you have a bump there and a bump there, and you have this valley. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. This should be filled with muscle. This should be coming down more. This should be flat. And so what can happen is these deep muscles, they come down over here into your serratus muscles, your rhomboids, your traps. They get really, really weak. And so what can happen is they can start digging and start pulling on nerves and shit, and then all of a sudden you start getting pain. You can radiate down here. You can even get hip pain.
Through the elbow.
Yep. But also, you are active.
Right.
And what do you do?
Swim, surf, golf, run a little bit.
So we're doing a lot of this. Joe, you gotta look at the running form. You gotta check that out and see. Joe's probably not too concerned on him when he's running. You're probably migrating to the beach. But we're gonna do just a couple of easy exercises that you can do if you work in an office. And this guy's a Fortune 500 company owner. He's super loaded. So what you can do is, if you have a similar job where you're sitting on your phone all day, work on pulling it back. I challenge you to get 100, 150, 200 repetitions a day. So here's your band. Best investment you have is probably 10, 20 bucks. So you're going to have your arms straight out. And I tell my clients, I'll give you 100 bucks if you can break my bands. Pull them all the way back. Good. Hold isometrically and come down nice and slow. Come back to the middle nice and slow. There you go. And that's really, you can also even come down a little more and then do another one. Very good. Nice and slow. The lowering part, the eccentric phase, is probably the most important part. And we're going to do one more even lower and just bring it down almost like 2
Where should my head and eyes be sticking?
This should be neutral. Right here, like pretend like you're always holding that egg right here. And then I'll pull this one kind of down like that. There you go, right across the chest. Hold there. And then come back, hold, come back,
back out,
no, this way, hold again, and good. Nice. And so then another one we're going to show you is the cheerleader. Cheerleaders, everyone loves cheerleaders. But what we're going to do on this one is we're going to be altered, an X, and we're going to come across here. Same thing. There you go. Now he says he's running a lot, he's on a board. I bet you his unilateral strength sucks. Unilateral, so on the next couple ones I want you to go to one leg. See that look you just gave me? Like, are you kidding me? Now there you go. So now this is working his left glute med, which is probably weak, and it's going to work with balance. But more importantly, this is going to transfer over to better swimming. It's going to help with reducing any type of pain he has, keeping that core strong. And then the last thing I wanted to do is show you a simple exercise that we can do for the core. So you're going to be right here. And you're going to have your hands straight out. And we're going to show you the peel-off exercise. I'm going to give you some resistance. And you, at all times, you want to be pointing straight towards Joe. So you don't want me to pull you toward me. So I'm going to pull here. And so what happens is when he's doing this, the left external obliques, he's going to have his abdominals, his erector muscles, also his lats. They're stabilizing and not allowing him to pull back. So when I pull harder, he needs to engage even more. And that's not easy, is it? He's not even talking. So that's a really, that's good, I like it. But that's a really good core stabilizer. And so when we're sitting at a desk all day, these get tight. And a lot of times, and you've done it before, what do we want to do when we feel these tight?
Oh, just
Stretching. And we'll talk to Joe more about that. And stretching could potentially make it worse. Because stretching is almost like a mechanism of the body. When we're sitting down, these are tight. And so when we get in here and we start stretching, we're essentially trying to play God over our body. And we're telling the body that you're wrong for being tight. We stretch it, and as you're doing earlier, we're kind of getting over here. I give you a better suggestion, which is engage your glutes really hard and just slightly come forward and you get a better stretch. But what could potentially be happening is you're stretching it. And when it comes back to normal, your body's like, what the hell did you stretch me for? Then it gets even tighter. So stretching could be even worse. I don't know that, but we'll teach you some core exercises, strengthen your core, and then a lot of times this will loosen up. 100 repetitions for those. Before you know it, you'll be back to normal. All right?
Sweet.
Thanks, bud. Yep.